Welcome to the PFD Performance YouTube channel. Pretty friggin' deadly.
All right, back out in the garage. We found some more things, and guess what? Third time was the charm. I'll flip you around here. So, we got our thrust button all filed down, and we checked her, and we got it to maybe a little on the high side. It was right at 10 thou of end play, but I think the fact that we aren't using this distributor for timing and the lifter is super centered now and everything, I think I'm totally happy with that. So I think that fixed that problem. Also, we were looking at some things and I forgot to take a picture of it before, but you can see here, we thinned her out a little bit. That's because I took a quick look and there had been some grooves worn in. And let's see if I can move my wheel here. You can see shiny spot, shiny spot, shiny spot, and you'll see a lot of these rivets. The inside edge is extra shiny, especially around where these lines are. Here. So that was probably a source of material in the oil. So you remember the video there where I opened things up in the oil filter and we found material and we weren't sure what it was and we thought maybe it was that rocker. I think there's a few things contributing to some contamination in the oil. And I think we're kind of getting to the bottom of it. Fingers crossed. So I added some clearance. I think what we'll do is we'll put it back together, and it's going to be a bit of a pain, but I think we just get some extra gaskets, and after running the engine for a bit, I'll pull the timing cover off and see if there's any problems. I might even take a little bit of a hammer and make some room, maybe a press, to see if we can kind of press that part of the seal away, because it doesn't really need to be that close. So we're going to do that. But I think that kind of concludes our what the heck's going on here stuff. We got the new timing gear on. We got our thrust set now. I'll show you. Can't remember if I showed you before, but that lifter's riding nice and centered on the cam. Double checked the cam timing and everything measured out to the way the cam card recommended. So I think that's good. So the next steps here are going to be really the reassembly. So I got to get the button back on now that I've done all my measuring. I can put some tools away. The bench blew up again. Funny how that happens. I also got the two-piece guide plates so that we can get our push rods sorted out. Ended up ordering some trick flow push rods so we can get those in. But I really think we're finally on reassembly phase. So I'll get some of this mess tidied up, get some tools put away, and get this table set back up for getting the heads dealt with. So now that the other head's been kind of out, I'm gonna give it a rinse again. And we still have the second head to swap all the valve springs on. We got to put the new valve springs on the first head, the driver's side head. So I think we're getting back together. I'm gonna try and have this back together, personal goal, by the end of the month, at least the long block. There's still some fanoodering with the fuel injectors. This is the old setup. It's coming off. Putting a new one on. Got a nice shiny plate, new style injectors, some Bosch 210s. So that's all coming off. So I'm gonna need to rewire the new injectors. And I might have to take a look at my fuel lines and see if it's worth replumbing everything up to the injectors in dash 10 so that I can run E85. That's what I was trying to think about. So I think with the size of these hard lines though. I'll have to measure. But I think that's going to be a little bit smaller than what a dash 10 ID is. And if it's quite a bit smaller than a dash 10, then I'm thinking it doesn't make sense to go dash 10 on the top here. And it just means E85 is a future decision because we'll need to do fuel lines all the way back to the tank. But if those hard lines are bigger than the ID of the dash 8, and if it's close to a dash 10, then I think I might replumb some things at dash 10 and give ourselves the opportunity to go E85 and have our best chance with that, because I think the blower would like it. So yeah, that's where we're at. It is 10 days until the end of the month, so I think I can do it. Set the goal, maybe it'll force me to. Anyway, thanks for going through this. It's certainly been a learning experience for me. I wasn't expecting to have to do so much. I thought, hey, I just screwed up, put the wrong oil in, and it glazed cylinders, and hey, I'll learn how to do a quick dingle ball hone and a re-ring. And it's certainly snowballed from there. But hey, it was a great experience being able to go through all this, if not a little bit stressful. And we'll see if I screwed it up, because this thing still needs to fire back up. Anyway, I won't bore you with the cleanup, but once I get back at putting some things together, I'll bring you guys along. Got the one head back together, taking the other one apart, and found a couple things, and we're really double checking with these valve springs. So I remeasured, and I got the 1.9125 on the intake valve, at least that one I measured it, and memory serves me correct. It's pretty close to what the other one was. I think it might have been like 1.92. But on the exhaust side, I got 1.9545, which is a little wider than I was expecting. And the only thing that caught my attention was I could tell like the one springs were just a little bit more compressed. So I used the 210 pounds at 1.9 inches with those installed heights. And on our exhaust valves, we are rocking 183, which is right in line with the max seat pressure, according to the lifters. And with the 680 lift, it put that at 515 pounds at max lift, which is just under the 535 maximum. But on the intake side, it puts us at 205 pounds of seat pressure and 535 at max. So, like, it's not far off. It's definitely, I would have liked it to see like the 185 on the intake as well. But I might do a little bit of digging and just see if that's a big issue, because with the intake valve being bigger and therefore a little heavier, I don't know if it's going to be that bad to have a little bit more spring pressure on the intake valve, especially also with the boost that will try and open the valve up a little bit as well. So I'm going to mull that over, but on to cleaning the passenger side head, because the wagon comes home today. The weather's nice. It's the end of April, and my rental for winter storage is up. So I'm gonna cross my fingers that, you know, I hook up the jumper pack, connect the battery, and it fires right up. What are the chances? Anyway, I'm gonna clean this head up and get ready so I can get my messy stuff out of the way to make room for the car. But just wanted to give you an update on where we're at with the valve train, on getting this thing back together. But hey, I just keep learning lots the more I'm doing it, and I don't know if I necessarily would have learned it if I wasn't forced to. So maybe a little bit of a happy accident, maybe a little trying to make the best of a not so fun situation, but we'll get there. Anyway, wanted to keep you guys updated.